to, by definition, need in order to sustain will be very different than the tools we had to learn in order to get through our childhood. So that's going to manifest very differently for them in teenage and then young adult, and then when they start creating their own families, their value system, the rate of change from generation to generation is going to continue to be exponential based on the rate of growth that we're experiencing right now. So I think you're right. I think that like telepathy or deeper intuition or a lot of these things, because when you get exposed to 1 million images in a day and then ask, what images did you see today? There's going to be something outside of the neurological mind that they have to be like, oh, like this encapsulates
perception.
Perception. Yeah. They're the way in which they perceive. A filter has to adjust because the amount of content coming in. No different than an eye lens adjusts based on the amount of light coming in. Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lot of loss in the process, with a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, growing pains. I think there'll be a lot of struggle through it, but same analogy using the eye again, if we're all exposed to this much light, and then a solar flare happens, and the amount of light coming to this planet becomes 10x what we've all been used to, all of our eyes are going to have to adjust. We're all going to suffer through it, and that's what they're going through in a content conception realm, is that the amount of light coming in is exponentially higher. Exactly.
These are things that we can get
life will go on, it will adapt, it will adjust, it will alter, and certain manifestations will express themselves, yeah. So I don't think we know exactly how that's going to portray.
I've also seen another one that specifically helps.
I mean, that's something I put a lot of conscious thought into as a father about how much I allow my sons to be exposed to. When they were first born, we bought them wooden blocks. I didn't even have plastic toys. I thought they were never going to see a screen. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm not empowering you, I'm actually limiting you because you're surrounded by a digital age. And if you don't know how to engage technology, then I'm not actually.
You can't take it out of guidance.
It's like kids just
you're putting them at risk.
Yeah, so now I have to teach them self-discernment. I have to teach them, so like that's a lot of the parenting. Self-preservation, and a lot of times though, when they show interest in something, we break it down, we talk through it, and we go through the steps of the feelings, the thoughts. Where do you think that thought came from? And then like, sometimes when someone says something like, oh, I think it's just who I am. Cool. Sometimes like, oh, like my cousin Liam said something and expressed interest and I like him. So like, but the fact that he spoke that out loud makes him realize, oh, something that I value was imprinted on me by one of my peers. And so simply having that conversation empowers him with the self-awareness that that's where it came from. And then you have to look at yourself and be like, does this resonate as truth with me because it's true to me? Or does it or do I feel enticed by this because I want to be perceived by my cousin as someone who's into the thing that he's into, you know? So I think like the knowledge, like you're saying, empower them with tools rather than trying to remove obstacles. I think removing obstacles doesn't help them. Teaching them how to use tools and how to engage the obstacles empowers them to get through them on their own. But yeah.
New humans.
Yeah.
New humans arriving.
Yep.
Well, text changed everything.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the videos, they're using AI to do their studies in college.
Yeah.
Way different experience. And I graduated in 2011. It is way different now.
Okay.
Just studying and taking the tests. Now they have an AI listening to the professor. It organizes all the ideas makes into like subjects, breaks it down for them. I mean, it's just tech has changed. Just way, it's been so fast. I don't know.
Are you ready? I'd be curious to see how much of that.
Are you ready? For what?
Manifest as manifest, and compare that manifest as because think about the fact that none of us, like, dude, you probably remember, I used to have like 50 of my closest friends' phone numbers memorized. You're right. Now I can list like 7 of them because I know I have them myself.
That's the thing. I don't think learning
for sure.
But it's specific. It's crazy. Elon's Neuralink and us tying to Google.
But that makes
because they can't learn the way they seem.
But as learning
don't get from one
No,
house.
Is
I
it more
don't-
efficient? Is
Which
their
was
ability
very-
to acquire
You're good
more
now,
knowledge at a
right?
faster
No,
rate?
it's
An
over.
empowerment?
No,
Or is
I'm
there
good.
so a
I'm
difference
good for
between
next
knowledge
5
and
minutes,
understanding?
right?
To
Like,
know a
we have-
thing and to understand it, they can know more, but I
Okay,
think they
stop
understand
texting
less.
so quickly.
Alright, get rid of
You know what I mean? Like there's more content,
Exactly.
but there's less embodiment of the knowledge. There's less,
Or you can go.
I know the truth of this because I've done it.
I think one of the biggest things
No,
is
I'm happy
our
to pay for it, I just
generation
need somebody to go
knows how to
and
work
actually
through a
like.
Where
problem.
you go?
Me,
Whereas
I don't have a
they're-
car.
It's just
Neither do I.
I'm not gonna
And
walk
then
like for
that
an hour
manifests in
and
their
a
personal
half.
life where they
You'd rather I did that.
to take a drug, to make a problem go away, or they want to.
It's gonna be
Seth,
the
he
immediate.
has
Then Seth has to move his
car.
car so you can get out.
The Seth can go on by the one. They have a
So
car.
she has to take the drug, but you have to move your car for her to take her.
Usually it's cups of tea and coffee. It's really
But no,
moving into a new direction.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you want to move? Do you want to go?
It's up to you. Let's do you want to go?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I have already gone before.
But you can go.
I'm fine. I can give you money. I can go.
Why?
Because I've gone. I've gone.
I'm not
I feel like it's not fair that I go again. Because like
No, let's go.
I don't want to be overly aggressive, you know? No, I think staff can go.
Well, I've gone twice.
Yeah, so this is the third time.
You won't go twice, so you want me to go 3 times? No.
I think 3 times is a charm.
I'm content with the beer I was served.
It's okay. I don't need to drink anymore. Yeah, this is boring.
But you want to.
I do, but it's fine. You know, don't always get all your desires satisfied.
You can't always get what you want. You can try
You have
sometimes.
to learn.
You just might find.
get what you
Get what
When you're a little baby, that's fine. But once you grow into a grown-up man or woman, you don't get everything satisfied.
I love doing that. Just talking to people, listening to some original thought, but you're just saying the lyrics to a
Did
song.
Stiller do that in a movie and he starts going through
I
an
always
Oh, he
entire
does like a speech, like a wedding. Yeah, he's like giving a speech at a wedding, and you're like,
Bob Marley.
yeah.
Oh, good.
But he just keeps saying like,
You know what you want?
no
Right
pride,
Yes.
no woman.
Just goes through the whole
No,
thing.
Why?
Yeah, so
You know,
please
make
go
it
to the
happen.
store and get
Well,
cheap.
that's
The
what
first
you-
round I did the second round. Can you
You
can
install
you
it.
someone goes to our discount and gets mine?
Bro, I still have an iPhone 8 because I don't have to like show that face to the camera.
Alright, so that's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, like bro, I'm like,
I found our big difference.
okay.
I'm very
You want to integrate it?
Oh, I'll be the first one. I'm so
He
interested.
can drive you. No, like why do women have
I'm
to
so
go? Like
interested.
this is a
You might
society
understand.
that where man, I can give you money.
Well, I think that's
I
gonna be
have
it.
a lot of money.
It's really
You can just go
technology.
and
It's
get it.
I mean,
I'm not
how many
sure
movies
what
have
we're
we
doing
made about it?
There's
where
no
it's-
way you're going to
For sure.
convince me
The
to
worst
know
fucking
what's
idea.
our plan.
Okay.
Recently,
I guess we're not getting
AI
that
doesn't
Why don't you
That's
choose someone with a car and you have more luck?
I
all
don't
we
have a car.
have is extremely
Here, I
fast.
have a
Yeah.
car. A car. I have a car in
Nowhere
North
near
Carolina. But what idea? Okay. Yeah, I have a
Like
red
chewing
car
on
in
the
North
You
Carolina.
don't need anyone.
Yeah, it
Exactly. But artificial intelligence
Like I have the best
embodies
car, but it breaks
like a
it.
creativity
Yeah.
that hasn't been able to replicate it. Like that's the reason like they're saying like the art is failing so catastrophic.
Yeah, I agree.
So what it's doing right now is we're in a state of
I love you. No, but it's not an
computer has access to. And you like when you're asking a guy to write a book for you,
Yeah.
it doesn't present a single original thought. What it does do is run so many algorithms so fast that it's able to collectively create a pattern and then reproduce it.
Well, yeah, that's always.
But if I ask you to write a story right now,
Yeah.
you could come up with something that no one else has ever thought.
Right.
AI can't do that. That level of creativity is necessary in order for you to actually coin the AI.
Yeah, but we don't want that.
But do we or do we not? And that's like all of our fear comes around fear of the unknown and the media around Terminator and
disrespect.
right, all of these
Well, that's,
philosophies.
those parameters have been installed on
It's
those.
quite far away.
To an extent, we don't. But every one of those fear-based movies around it also
Right.
fucking has that element.
The only reason I say that is because Elon had an interview and they said, and this was like 6 years ago, like his AI, are you, oh god, unconscious coworker. No, yeah, like they asked him.
Sorry,
we've been feeding it for a very long time. So like that, if you
You've been feeding the database.
yeah.
For 30, 40 years.
Right. So I wonder if you opened up something of an AI with zero parameters. I wonder what would happen.
I don't think we're anywhere near the technological advancement that we are that, because in order for it to be AI, there has to be a level of sentience. I know that they're starting to see versions of that, like especially like when an AI talks to another AI and then expresses. Like that's definitely like throwing a few wrinkles in like perception, but they're like,
Dude, that
oh shit, we had to shut these down.
that video is.
So
I think I was just. Someone told me about the video. I didn't believe it. I watched it and I was just like.
I don't think I've even actually watched the original video yet. I think I've just been exposed to enough footage about it. But just that, there's arguments there of like, did the two of them have to self-cognition? Is the algorithm and the rate of information dissemination so fast that we project illusions of authentic creation on them? Because that's what we want to see, like we see them, right? So like how much of that is authentic to them and how much of that is us putting in protection on. That scares me. That scares me. Bro, let's
Stick with it.
Stick with it. I know that it's anyone, like I know that the AI is because I haven't triggered enough of the database algorithms to notify any physical person. There's no law at the FBI that's like sets at the airport. Going to Mexico right now. I'm aware that that's only ones and zeros. But I do know that my face has been scanned enough times. And when I went through a public place, so Zuckerberg has, like when you first log into Facebook, for the very first time in your entire life, he goes, oh, people you may know, here's some pictures of you. Because every single person walking the face of this planet has a shadow Facebook profile.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and that's like becoming more common knowledge. Just a couple years ago, yeah.
They nailed that one.
So they currently have a 2-scale, 3-dimensional artificial reality of self-tracking every single person based on
like the online systems work for people.
It's like, okay, if we know that, we know that they now have the tool to access that
So we start
information.
to like learn and
To
I
what
kind of
ends?
like,
To what?
you know,
To what?
at some point I
At what point does any of that knowledge serve our collective consciousness?
and you're
Does it?
developing
Is it
like
purely
you're the one that's
imprisonment
giving
of
safety to your body
But like-
versus someone else giving it to you. So I feel like it creates a stronger mind-body connection.
I can't see how it would help us.
I have the answer for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
I think the structures that we know today are not the
And
same.
then when you're in charge of it,
Right. Yeah. I
for a
agree.
person, I mean, obviously, yes, they are a little.
This is the technology era,
But here is much
which
cheaper
is
than
going,
like
for me, or what I've been told is, we work like the technology. We're actually avatars, like PlayStation. So we're being trained by technology to understand what we are when religions
are like focused on
are banned because they're gonna be
whatever.
banned. And
So they
we
did that and they
are not going to be able to get like, if religion, if God is not what they told us that it is, so where do you grab it from? And it's kind of like that. First time I was told this,
That's why I'm drinking so much wine
was
because
when they
like
showed me
I can't take
a video
aspirin, I can't take Tylenol. blockchain, ibuprofen can do it.
And when I saw
In a
blockchain,
particular
the
branch.
body said,
Well, when
that's how
gaming and doing like compliance and
one
management
code
design
that mixes with another code and makes a unique code, which is ADN.
Yeah.
to feel better.
So I don't
Where
know much about technology, but it makes more sense every time that I hear this conversation. I told it's not that great because I'm thinking, I was like, I am having these thoughts. But it's making more sense every time that I listen and that I question myself about
When
20
you
years
have
of
the time
technology and
also,
all this.
you know,
I've been
when,
just going through a
yeah,
transition.
Dr. Hugh,
But I was
And
more
he's
government and belief
That's a
and
good incentive.
those pilares, I don't know how to traduce that. The things that sustain us as society today, we're gonna disappear. And we need to grab for something to understand, and I do believe fear is gonna be a huge part of that.
like,
And with that they just told me also, so we are surrounded by technology, but we're gonna be
it helps me a lot.
if Bitcoin reproduce themselves, and we don't need to go to work from 7 to 7, we have more free time. I mean, that free time, we must use that time to develop spirit, like antique civilization. We have more to be happy to develop spirit than to be working 7 to 7 just to have.
Right.
So I think it's something like that.
No, I like that. That's an interesting concept.
I really like, it reminds me of someone which recently that was like, we actually don't have a population problem on the planet. The planet can actually withstand the 100x what we have. We have a state of consciousness problem on the planet. So the issue isn't the number of people, and there's a lot of things about population control and the fact that it's exponential. But if the state of consciousness, like if everyone tomorrow became a conscious consumer and didn't buy plastic, like whatever, like if you, whatever demographic you want to take an example of, right? And they chose to be net positive impact on every single person shifted to that tomorrow, we would have level of comprehension. The fact is a state of consciousness, a scarcity mindset, a limited resource mindset, a finite number of resources available, because so much of our economic system is based off of it's based off of units of measure and resources dwindling and as resources supply and demand change and stuff like that. So the idea behind it is
how you define
the problem isn't actually the whole article came from talking about, okay, you have building up the kingdom of self, right? Like you're like, oh, I want to be wealthy, so I have this, and I have this, and I have the houses and the cars. At a certain level, Elon, a lot of these people, Bill Gates, they stop pursuing, it's self-generated, right? Like they've created so much wealth that they will never not have God-like money. Right? So think about when you play a video game, you get a cheat code for money, and you put that cheat code in a bunch of times, guess what? You start caring about all the rules around money. Well, now what's money? What's my purpose? You don't get satisfaction from earning money because, so you never will. So then now you're like, oh, okay, now I want to line mark on the board. I want to take a God infinity cheat code and implement the way I think the world should be and start instilling that. Well, if that's what they're actually doing, if that's what 1% of 1%ers are doing, what's their end goal? At what point, the ones that want to imprison us or keep us down or keep us small, how much do they benefit from that before that becomes just like money and they no longer get value from it? Right? So like anything that is inauthentic to the actual evolution of man will become parasitic, will become cancerous, and will eventually kill itself off in the fact that it doesn't serve. Right? So like, in that regard, it's honestly, it gets to the point where like, even though I don't entirely agree with some of the programs that are out there, like Musk is a good example because he's not even on this fucking planet anymore, right? Elon Musk, he's living in Mars, he's building rockets, like he's so done with Earth that he's literally living in a different astral plane, right? But that kind of shows that example of like, there will be a lot of products created and continuing the money wheel that he's got going. But but you're gonna start to see intellectual shifts. I'm already seeing like religion.
No, you guys thought he was just reading one and then one
On the
and
internet
then one.
because he's no longer
He's like, oh,
just a
let's get down how it goes.
businessman. He represents like a philosopher back in the like Greek Roman times,
I
right?
heard they say that he's the Antichrist.
I mean, more of a representation of embodiment, not that he actually is. I don't think any one person can be the Antichrist. I think that's more of a state of consciousness. But I don't know. Could be.
I think he could be a real life
whatever
villain.
you did.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
If people poke him enough, I mean, he's got the funds and resources to really change the world in a terrible
It's
way.
like, it's funny how much time he spends on fucking web interviews. And like he's running like multiple multi-billion-dollar industries, and yet anybody with like 100,000 plus followers can get him to show up and sit down and like talk for 2 hours about like what he thinks the world. That's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because most people at his level of wealth have never been this exposed to the community. How many videos of Bill Gates have you seen?
Yeah.
7, maybe. Right? Like most people that reach that level of wealth become incredibly reclusive because their power comes from like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're a shadow figure. Like, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, right? They're behind the veil. So like that's where part of their power comes from. Yeah. And Elon Musk, one thing I'll give him credit for is he was fucking in his yeah, he's like in his body and he's present and he talks to people and looks in the eye and shares his truth and his beliefs. Most people don't understand it, but like, I mean, I don't know, he doesn't seem entirely grounded as a human, but maybe that's just what billions of dollars turns into, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not a problem, it's not a problem I struggle with.
Yeah. No, his way of thinking is way different.
Yeah.
Why are you buying yourself a $10
Right.
bouquet of
I don't think I'd
flowers
want
and
to
not the
understand
$50 bouquet
Right.
of flowers? How amazing does it feel when he walks
Yeah.
in with a big ass
It's funny because that's something Ryan and Max, my sons, are already saying. It's like, something, they said something about like, oh, I'd be so cool to be a billionaire. And I was like, why? Why would that be cool? He's like, oh, so like, just like have all the things. And I was like, what do you need that you don't have? Like, what do you want that you don't have? And like starting to have those philosophical conversations, like, so it sounds to me like what you want is abundance. Like you don't actually want $1 billion in your bank account. You just want to be able to like follow your interests. But like a lot of the things you're talking about is you want to consume more. Like you want that new toy. You want to look at a toy and be like, I want that, so now I can buy it. I was like, that's called gluttony. That's not grounded in. I was like, imagine a tree that needs water, right? What happens if the tree goes, I want all the water? That tree dies. A tree can't have it, and then all the other plants die.
If you can treat me better than I can treat you, you can have my time.
I was like, yeah, right. So like, that tree needs to know how much water it needs, so that it can grow and as that tree gets bigger, it's gonna need more water. But what does it do with that water? It turns it into weeds, it turns it into fruit, it turns it into seed, because it knows that.
And I'll say, it's not
Where did you get the idea?
I believe in the essence.
Actual idea. Solar aspect.
Religion, but when you try to remember
So, their cousin, my brother's son, their cousin, introduced them to,
China.
I got to a point where
here's my nemesis right now, who's the Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast, social media influencer on YouTube, who like, just goes around and does dumb things and gives away money and shows how much money he can spend. It's just this weird.
I'm like, okay.
I don't know, he's kind of a devil's advocate because he does a lot of good acts through his giving, but it's all very building up the kingdom of himself, you know what I mean? Like, even when he does
So many
something,
religions, as many as there are.
he's very apparent. Every religion has something he actually cares about better.
You know,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know much
I always
about
wondered
that.
that.
Yeah, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
I just didn't get it.
But anyhow, that's interesting. But then they're fascinated by him. I'm struggling with like, do I protect my son by limiting his access to this thing.
Right.
Or do I protect my son by empowering him with the level of discernment
feels like
that he will engage things like that
really
with a
doesn't
deeper
have
understanding?
something
Kid, you want to-
And so like this kid like my most current like new shift into like fatherhood is like
So then you
now I
get
have to
to
know
learn
Mr.
the
Beast
ways.
is and
No,
what the
I
fuck
no
he's
longer
up to,
use
and I have to
that.
watch some of his content
No.
because like my sons are now
If I want
interested in
commitment,
things
then I have to.
that I am extremely disinterested in.
That's the
Yeah,
standard.
but you have
But
to.
I need to honor their autonomy and the fact that they will have things that are interested in that I'm not.
But you also have to explain things just like that.
Yeah.
Which
Which
is,
is
Yeah, that's a
not
tough. But I also think about when they're older and they're not going to listen to you.
Right?
That's like even that goes back to how much information's coming in compared to when we were younger.
So I did like a bunch of different.
Yo, when we were kids, if you missed your show at 4 o'clock, you missed your show. You had to find out from your friends what the hell happened on the show last night. Like, there was no looking it up or watching it whenever you wanted. There was never in there, you know? Like,
Repercussions though.
yeah, like, we used to joke about me and my brothers, one of 6 kids, and us 4 boys, The Simpsons came on at 5 o'clock, so we would all watch it. My mom got off work at 5 o'clock, but she usually worked late.
Yeah.
We usually got to finish the episode, but my mom was not cool with us watching The Simpsons, so like, all 4 of us would be in the house, like, with like, homework on our lap, and my brother would be holding the vacuum, and we'd be watching until like 5:22, we got only 22 minutes of that episode, and we heard the car pulling up, shut off the TV, and we all act like we're doing something else, you know, like, but like, that's so unique to our generation, where like, that doesn't exist anymore, you're no longer planning your schedule around.
And you have all access.
You have all access at all times, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can watch the 8 o'clock
It's like each
news.
night to the same
Right,
time.
yesterday.
Which
You
to,
know,
yeah, to me thinking about that as a kid growing up.
30 days before the wedding weekend.
Right?
I love the
I
training.
already have the.
Yeah, crazy generations are coming. I can't imagine the world in 100 years.
Right.
How it's gonna look like.
I don't think anyone could.
It's like people 100 years ago couldn't imagine that we are where we are now. I also don't subscribe to the belief that we're at the height of it. I think we're deep in the valley, actually. Society has
I think
actually
we're
been more.
always like this. We're always in the greatest part.
Yeah.
It's always here and now.
The people in the 1800s thought they were in the craziest time to be alive.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you know.
Because
Don't take
it doesn't exist. Time is in the time is only this time. No other time. So it's always this time the worst.
Like, get used to it.
But tech did have a big bump.
I tell you what,
90s to 2000s
that's the best stuff.
Yeah.
What are you?
that we've seen.
Yeah.
Alone.
Because like from 1800s to 1900s,
So hard for us.
it was
Well,
That's just looking at a single, because honestly, the 1800s to 1900s was the agricultural industrial revolution, right? Like, hunter-gatherer to having acres and having food abundance for the first time. Pre-1800s, food was a scarce resource. You only grew enough for your family, you only grew enough for your neighborhood. So in the same regard that we think we have technology abundance, they learned agricultural practices that allowed them to exponentially increase production. So they went through their own,
Finally, you solve it, girls.
Did we come up with a solution?
What else are we gonna do? Matt is not gonna cut us out just yet, right?
Some sort of mission here.
You want him on board.
That's not gonna work.
It's very consistent.
So machista.
Oh, he has a business meeting.
It's not getting
Yeah.
No, it doesn't finish last time we finished around 7.
Oh, wow. So are you doing it?
Yeah.
Are you traveling around?
But maybe,
Am I what?
I mean,
Like, are you
those
traveling
people not
around
really inside.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, we went to Hobos
Maybe
recently.
No, maybe
Other
it's
than
getting-
that, well, that was 2 weeks ago or last week, I don't know. But, yeah, that was the last place we went to, but we definitely want to keep going. Still doing a bacalar.
So you're
Right, it's nice, yeah.
We want to see.
I don't want
Well, we want to take the
I
train.
of that. I don't do
I
the
think,
thing.
like go to Campeche and
I used to work in the
there.
7% and I love
We still want to see their
Florida,
cruise.
like,
So I don't know. There's a lot of places still. So it's just been we've been busy with work. Really.
Driving or flying to Veracruz?
I think fine. Yeah, we haven't driven that far around Mexico yet.
I
so-
drove
Yeah,
from
but
Mexico
you're
City
not-
to you.
Oh really? Oh wow.
I mean,
By yourself?
like here,
And
yes.
5 dogs.
Not like,
Wow.
like,
5 dogs?
Okay, but just
Inside the truck.
That's impressive.
Okay, gotcha.
Very impressive. Yeah, we haven't driven around that far, only in Playa, so I don't know if there's anything I need to learn before I start driving around that far.
To be honest,
But
I didn't even think about it, I just drove.
just drove.
because I used to.
So we have no recommendations for the trip?
I stopped 3 days in Veracruz,
Oh,
and it's
nice.
5 hours to Bacalar.
So I was just
So
Oh,
it's
wow.
not that bad.
traveling,
Wow.
learning,
Huh.
and I just.
And it's nice. I mean, I love road tripping.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that's good.
It's maybe like in rainy season, it can be like challenging.
Yeah, maybe rainy
Yeah.
season is not the great time. Yeah, but no, I drove rainy season from Bacalar to Merida, which was also I think 3 hours only, and it was a huge storm.
But it's not meant.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, you made it.
But yes, yeah, I don't really think of anything bad. I think that if you think that something bad is gonna happen, you will attract it. So I never think that
Right,
anything
right.
is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm always safe.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So set your best intentions for this road trip.
Yeah, well,
What do you
see,
want to attract?
it's different when you have a wife. I gotta think about that. So,
You co-create.
if it was just me, yeah. If it was just me, I would just drive without even thinking about it. But, yeah.
She's more of the planner of you two?
Oh yeah. So like in Florida, our traveling thing, I would wake her up. I'm more of like a spur of the moment. Like I would wake her up at 6 in the morning. I'd be like, we're gonna go to a different city. We're just gonna drive. So she slowly got used to that. But
Do
Do you have a YouTube channel or something?
yeah. Grand Solace Media. So, but that was what my goal in Florida was to travel every weekend. To see all of those areas. But I would like to do that here. Yeah, it's just been busy.
My next.
Yeah.
So, starting the YouTube channel and that's all the editing stuff. So
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
yeah. So
Do you ever do the braids with
I don't know.
fake hair and
Busy.
the color hair? So you like that the braids? But I
oh, there's the hotel in. I was going to show you the hotel in
now,
Milan.
yeah,
It's Hotel Milan in Tulum.
But before I was just like,
If you see that on there, it should be one of the first
I was
videos
not
that pop up.
into.
But if you
So
go,
what's the name of the channel again?
oh, Grand Solace Media.
But it's a picture, no?
Hey, is it that 15
Oh, see, I missed your
Are we friends?
You want two cats? Or
You have a channel?
dogs?
for my 5 dogs.
No.
But yes, I want a black and a white cat. I used to have cats.
Maybe if I do, it should be like 20 years and maybe has 3 videos.
Oh, there you
So
go.
did you, are you saying that you're in the right now?
Yes.
No,
And I
that's
moved
one of the
here, so
people
that
that
changed
we
a lot
interviewed for
because I
here.
was very
So,
lonely.
she was here last year.
Productivity and to also maybe inspire the people to create a lot of their group.
So definitely. video?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
watch an hour of that and we'll be okay.
Yeah, I remember because of the.
No, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it showed up on my feed this morning.
Nice.
While I was getting ready.
Well, our YouTube group is working on that.
Maybe because I've been watching so many Tulum videos and to prepare for
Probably.
this.
So I have the only Milan video out right now, which has been great. So that's benefited me. So.
So tell your brother it's working.
All right, cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So which video?
That's Hotel Milan in
Do
Tulum.
you have any recommendation to help?
It is funny when people recognize you on
YouTube.
YouTube.
So big,
They
so
like,
fluffy.
I don't know, have you met
Like
Doctor
being
360?
a movie star?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you're a No, we've had a few people. A lot of people follow
No,
us
I've had
and they
this
don't say
problem
anything,
for a while.
and then they come down here and they ask for advice
It hasn't been
on where
growing
to go.
for
And
a
it's like,
while, but recently over the last year.
but yeah, people do. It's interesting when people recognize you from YouTube.
You're a celebrity?
Yeah, I just want to be like you.
No. I was famous. But really famous, like the white hand of Michael Jackson.
Oh no way.
That's one of the first wars that I got. Plenty in my life. 2 dogs and a knife.
And then you
Okay.
Very famous in that town.
There is
But
not
it's
a
so
couple
famous
of
that they don't even go out in the street. You get raped.
From Tulum for a couple months now, and they
How did you?
got it.
You know, at the beginning you enjoy it, but after 100,
Once it's,
confiscated
sometimes
by
the
the
weather,
police,
you know,
and
they
they
don't
don't
go out
get
the
the
door.
changes of it.
Like in
Oh, really?
And then you stop it.
So,
yeah, when the show finish, just
Yeah.
to another novel,
That's
like
okay.
it wasn't that famous. But we were
Oh,
that
really?
group of kids.
and then
You can
That
do
was
it.
complaining that you're,
Let's say like Saved by the Bell,
like
charity kids.
tell them not to use
Were you relieved?
Because
Because it was
like
like,
you can do actually
it's
on your
less
own.
famous and you had like maybe more
risky.
maybe
Yes, yes, I know, like,
And then we told them to go to
That's
the
why I
other
don't
world
think
more and
Oh, they're driving back to the
Yeah,
States?
I go
for just to visit.
There,
And then they got stuff and then for that,
You could
I know
they
you, but
didn't
what
have
I
to
know.
pay for the
I mean, it can
Like
put
it's
on your
very
show.
They
Oh,
would
yeah,
have
it's
been made,
amazing,
but
but
it's
it's
not
not,
this road. There was
Why
a safe
so many
zone for people coming in and out of the
people
city.
are
They didn't need all the
where they are,
paperwork.
that's hard.
So it's like,
Yeah,
trying to
because
deal with
you have
the
to-
situation is not
If you
officially
create a
practiced,
character
it's
that
not
is public,
But if
and
it's
they
not
want to
safe,
see that
then
character,
we
they
don't
don't realize that
have
they're
to
human
be
beings that
enough.
are
like
electrical.
that are good to like.
So the
Oh,
electric
really?
wires
used to
come
be
in
there.
there, he did that.
Can you
And
that?
La mala.
the
The path
the rates in
Morocco,
people.
there is, I can send
Ooh,
it to you.
man,
They're
really?
a little expensive, but
So
they're
they
good.
will think
They've
that
only
you
been
are
down
that
here for a
body,
year.
but they're probably throw you things on the market and things like that because they don't
Yeah.
understand reality with
We haven't had any problems like that.
Yeah, so like super
The
unconscious.
pool.
I mean, it does
But
exist.
this
I mean,
I haven't.
but I would never, like,
The pool.
I'm
There's
still.
not-
But it's very
I haven't
normal.
been
In
to one.
novelas, it's very normal that
I'm
you
just
go to the
saying how
supermarket
it
and
is,
someone
but-
hits you because
I mean,
you're
there's
taking
people that have been
their
here for
husband of
20
someone in
years
their
that
novela.
they've never felt safe. And why? I'm not sure about
the
Tulum.
years.
I'm not really sure how
Well,
that.
to
And it's like
when
really,
I went and I walk around.
This is when you realize how unconscious and manipulative he is. Like,
Mhm.
as we get older.
Yes, no, what the information you get, they believe everything is true.
Or where
And you're actually getting into
Yeah.
their house.
Time.
But
So they feel you're friends. They're
dealing
friends with you, so they see you,
feel
I know you from where?
that I was
I'm from la
first.
novela, and they think you are the person that goes
You're
every night
it's
into
gonna
their
be,
houses.
you know,
So they feel close to
Right,
you.
Like
right.
the first 2
The
days, I was
character
as
of
in
the novela.
taxis.
Yeah.
Someone says, oh my God,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We checked into a hotel at midnight last night. It was flooding really bad at our house, so we checked into a hotel at midnight last night.
No way.
Yeah, on Fifth
You had to
Avenue,
experience it on one and
like
two.
12:30 in the morning.
Where
My
you
pregnant
been?
wife and my 7 and 9-year-old son coming into a hotel. And Sarah was like, you know, I felt a lot safer there than half the hotels we went to in Appalachia when we went
One of
by.
my friends.
So we had like 3 months of
she-
voyaging in Tennessee, Virginia.
No, because they
And so we did like 10 to 14 days out in the woods, and then we just spent the night at the hotel and take showers, do laundry, regroup, and resupply. and go back.
It's kind of funny because
And so like, some of the hotels are just like a random like chain hotel, like a La Quinta, the chain. A random hotel in a little podunk town. And Sarah's like, there were some sketchy people, like I thought we were gonna get robbed, like I didn't feel safe. She's like, we went into like a cheap hotel on the Fifth Avenue, and she's like, none of that, like, the people working there were incredibly kind, awful. The random drunk guy on the street was like, buenos noches, and then like even the drunk degenerate was kind to us as we walked by him in the rain, like, you know, like, yeah. He's like, oh, you guys look like you're struggling. Here's some of what I earned today. And I'm like, dude, I was like, but my wife was literally like this morning, she was like, I felt safer here than I did in Appalachia when we would stop at a hotel there. And a lot of it's just, I think a lot of it is fear propaganda that's been imprinted. Like you said, bad things do happen.
Bad things do happen.
But the bad story spreads like wildfire. So like everyone here is having a bad story.
Well, American media especially is going to find that one thing.
That one bad thing and
blow it up.
Yeah, like the shooting in Mia.
Yeah. See, I didn't even know about
Yeah, I didn't know about
shooting and where. Like,
In Mia and Tulum Beach,
Okay.
a couple of months ago, a tourist got killed.
okay, I did hear about
It was
that.
a crossfire between gangs.
It was in the restaurant, right? Yeah.
Oh, Jaguar.
It's like the main reason
bar?
I feel
Jaguar?
like people are
Oh.
dying, like tourists are dying because they get into these
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're usually not involved.
Yeah.
They're usually just bystanders. It's
Yeah.
Right.
cartels having a disagreement that they settle with firearms, and if you have
Yeah, they're like
vicinity.
just somebody in the wrong area.
Yeah.
It's not actually like going to murder.
But I also met a friend of mine, he's from Germany, in India, you know, and he's like, oh, I used to live in Mexico for many years. So basically he was buying his weed and his drugs. And suddenly he's like, oh, it's super cool, I can make money out of this. So he started buying and selling in the hostel.
Oh, God.
So his friend
But that's the
got
first thing you
Yeah.
shouldn't do.
Yeah,
You will be killed, obviously.
killed. Yeah, his friend got killed and he got lucky and they told him, you have 3 days, at least they give them 3 days. They're like, you have 3 days to just live here. Because we put it for you there in the table and you're taking so everything coming outside from the news that his friend that he died.
I saw that one. They found him in his van, right?
Yeah.
The German guy, they found him in his van. Yeah.
But it was because he actually was, to be honest, I don't know if he was killed, you know. He lived in Playa in Tulum, so I don't really know where exactly.
There was a guy in Port Aventura too recently. Just like a month ago.
But it was because they
Were
were
in Port
selling.
Aventura, same thing.
The month I lived in Tulum, 3 guys were killed in
So I lost
South
my wallet, and a random Mexican man brought it back up to my hotel. And I'm gonna tell more of those stories because I think that energy needs to balance this energy.
Right.
With the fact that like we can all sit here and be like, oh, this bad thing happened, this bad thing happened.
On the other
But
side.
like on the other side, but like right here in this same community, people that have nothing are showing up and being of service to people in this
Right,
community. But that story doesn't have appeal. That story doesn't like
Fear factor, yeah.
right? So it's really easy to get caught up sharing those stories,
that
and then it creates the illusion that we live in a dangerous place. But it's like, I told my mom I was moving down here, and she had a huge emotional experience about me moving down here. And then I called her back, and I was like, hey, we found a better place in St. Louis, Missouri. We're gonna move there instead.
St. Louis?
And my mom's like, oh, that's close, like that's so much better. I'm like, you realize that murder,
the most dangerous thing
it's
in
like
the
the worst
country.
place. I'm like, you think it's safer because it's inside the United States. I'm 10 times more likely to be murdered, 7 times more likely to be robbed. I'm 3 times more likely to be raped. Like,
Yeah.
it's bad. And like, really like called her out. And like, it was funny because like doing it as a joke like that really made her realize like, oh, okay, so most of what I'm afraid of is that which I don't know. The fear of the unknown
Exactly.
is where I'm putting the power into that fear, rather than realizing that I'm actually way safer here than I would ever be
I
inside.
feel way
She
safer.
lives in Flat Car.
Yeah.
But I've also had 4 guns pulled on me. I've been shot at
It's
in
a
America.
hacking on it.
So
Yeah.
I haven't had that experience here yet.
Yeah.
You know?
But it has to be
So-
baby because I have dogs. so
My
they
mom
need
had
to
the
grow
same
next to
thing.
the
She's
dogs.
like,
Yeah.
she's so engaged on there. I sent her 8 articles
She's really different.
of just in Orlando within 30 days of
Like, what do you mean, like,
guns. I was like, are you telling me this is safer
It's safer
than?
because I'm in the United States. Well, then like one of the arguments is like, well, yeah, at least like in America, like the police will actually find out who murdered you. And I'm like, what good does that do? I'm dead. Like, I don't care if the guy gets caught. I'm already dead. Like,
Because she matches your
I mean, I didn't
energy
know
today.
this.
So loud.
I don't know. Yeah, is that
When
even
Lucy
true?
was a baby,
They find
maybe you
Tupac's
were in
killer.
other
I don't really think
Oh,
so.
you have to die in order to find this guy.
Oh yeah, right, exactly.
The amount of conspiracies I've been seeing around that.
Oh well.
So dumb.
Oh yeah.
Wow, if she is reflecting my energy, then
That's usually what happens. Pets will be just like the masters.
Playing guitar.
Masters.
How would you define mine?
Oh, really?
I have 5 personalities.
Do you hate?
Yes.
Hate.
Exactly. You have multiple personalities, and that's why.
I mean, I've met like 3 of them since meeting you. I'm just teasing.
Wait, what?
I'm just teasing.
I have 5 dogs. So, and they do belong to parts of me.
Yeah.
Kind of personality.
For sure.
I have this thing. She doesn't.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
she will love that.
I like trainer.
She will love that.
It said when I watched it on YouTube.
Oh, you gotta give her.
Yeah.
It smokes weed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah.
What is that?
That is a scratcher.
No, the
Cat.
Oh, that's catch me.
Catnip is natural. It's a plant. It's just a plant. There's no chemicals in there. And
they smell it and they wanna.
they.
They get happy.
You see, she can't be disciplined.
She likes that a lot.
They release so much energy.
I've heard someone say that it's similar to like the way we release oxytocin when we have like cacao. It's very similar to them. Like they just get like euphoric from being around it, and they'll start playing. They'll start doing like kind of
It's that, huh? So you did that up in your room or anything?
No.
What's your name again?
Seth.
Seth.
Always have a couple of those at hand.
Seth,
It saves your furniture.
When are we starting the circle?
Literally, I was gonna do one like a week or 2 ago, and the only reason I haven't is
I tried.
like